To another episode of Crash Landing. I'm here with Justar.
Hello.
Hello. Who just knocked me off a nook, which was not nice.
I'm King of the Nook.
King of the Nook. That was a nice little nook. The nook is kind of like my little fairies that float around. Fun little fairies. Anyway, as you can see, we've moved some stuff around. We have expanded the sorting a little bit. More barrels, because our chest here kept getting full up. So expanded that some, and then on the transfer nodes added a couple more item filters to obviously filter items, as well as some speed upgrades because it was going very slow because they're all the way at the end down there. It was taking forever. They kept searching for the barrels. So we cannot find the barrels. So I did a speed upgrade. It was kind of expensive, but I think it's been worth it, personally. I'm waiting on judgment from the Justar.
I am blown away.
I expected a miss, so I will take the blown away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Justar here has laid out the pyrotheum, which caught everything on fire, hence the nice little cobblestone setup. But the pyrotheum for our water production, as well as...
Don't forget the microblocks. The microblocks. Genius.
Oh yeah, because the fire kept... The pyrotheum kept setting the adjacent blocks on fire. So I laid down these little strips, these microblock strips here, and that kept the fire from being able to actually start because it thinks this strip is a whole other block. And the pyrotheum does not seem to burn above itself, just adjacent or slightly below. So it works pretty well, I think.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant, I tell you, brilliant!
It's dinner time!
It's dinner time! It's bacon! I think we've gone, like, total full circle on the meme thing.
There we go. We are back to completely valueless.
Did we ever have value to begin with? Really?
I am incredibly valuable. just ask me.
Also a little delusional, I think. And then here we have some cobblestone generation going on, which I think is quite lovely. Filling in a drum, and the drum will later feed into our tank here, which we moved. Our smeltery. We haven't quite automated that, but it won't take much to automate.
I might do that right now.
Yeah, go 2 down so we can put a layer of dust below.
2 down. I can't.
2 down. Yeah.
That I don't have enough fluid ducts right now.
Yeah.
So I'll get it later.
Okay. That way it will look nice.
I'm not willing to work that hard right now.
Yeah, we'll make it look pretty. But we are continuing in our little quest book, because that seems to be the thing to do.
Yeah, we had talked last time about continuing on with the PneumaticCraft quests.
Yes. Which, yeah, we're continuing on. We have 2 quests available to us, both of which I believe we'll be able to take care of today.
Cool.
So the first one, in fact, we'll be working on, I'm looking at the blueprint for success.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to make some etching acid bucket because we have everything else.
Yeah.
So, and this is actually a repeatable quest.
Which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Because one of the rewards is the actual blueprint. And the blueprints are very expensive to make. Expensive in that you have to have, I'll show folks. Blueprint. Oh, I'm yelling blueprint apparently. Because it's emeralds surrounded by compressed iron, and emeralds are going to be kind of hard to come by in this particular map.
Yeah, until we have a power system and a gravel making system. And
yeah, but until then.
Until then, they're going to be expensive.
Yeah, and then the other quest we should be able to turn in right now.
Speaking of expensive, where is that emerald?
Oh, it's over there in that chest.
All right.
In that direction. But the other one I'm able to turn in, I have the empty PCB.
Do you have that in inventory already?
I have it in my inventory. I will turn it in a minute. Let me show folks what the recipe is for this. I don't know why I did that. I just hover like this. It's just a compressed iron and a piece of plastic, and not even a lot of pressure. So I went ahead and just made one real quick because it was super easy.
Woot.
Manual detect. It has been detected. Oh, it's a 2-stepper.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Next up, toss the empty PCB into a UV light box. then you simply have to wait. While you can pull the PCB out before it fully processes, there's a chance it will fail the last step, the etching. If you don't like the long wait, you may wish to install a few speed upgrades in the light box.
All right.
We'll come back to that one, because right now I'm going to go ahead and make the etching acid, which I have all the stuff for.
While you make that, I may be able to make the light box.
Okay. Justar explained to me here with the pressure chamber interface, because I was trying to figure this out with the PCB. You have to name the item name here. It only pulls out whatever matches the item name. Because I was putting in a piece of plastic and it was set to take out plastic, and so it was confusing the heck out of me. Like, I keep putting in plastic and it keeps disappearing and I don't know what happens.
It turns out we need the blueprint to make the light box. So
okay, so we'll go ahead then, and I need to put in, let's turn this off just for now. So the etching is a water bucket, 2 rotten flesh, 2 spider eye, 2 gunpowder, and 2 sheets of plastic. All of that go in. We have ample pressure.
Yep.
So we should see that entering. Nice. And then nothing should be pulled out. It should just stay in there until it becomes an etching. I can only see the water bucket, though. Oh, okay, here we go. More stuff is entering. It's kind of hard with all the smoke. I wonder if I actually turn off particles. Ah, yes, that helps. Okay. So you can see stuff entering. It's really cool how this interface works.
Yeah, nice little animation.
Yeah, I don't like the PneumaticCraft...
Faster.
Huh?
Wish it was a little faster.
Oh, yeah. I don't like the PneumaticCraft seeds, I have to admit. But
yeah, they're a little frustrating to work with at times.
I really like the machines. So I did it. Yay! We have an etching acid bucket. Fantastic. So did you grab the emerald?
I grabbed the emerald,
Okay.
and the stuff to make the light box.
Okay. Well, do you want to turn in this other quest real quick?
Absolutely.
So we have the emerald, the plastic, compressed iron. And then all we need is, well, the emerald. And then, so let's go to not exposure.
Yeah, you should be able to manual submit. There you
Uh-huh.
go. And then I should manual submit. There we go.
Yay. Claim reward. We
Awesome.
each get a blueprint, which is very helpful.
So we've got a spare blueprint now.
Nice. And you're making the light box.
I need to make 3 redstone lamps real quick. All right, so I've got the UV light box in this crafting station about that. So it's 3 redstone lamps, some compressed iron, a pressure tube, and that blueprint.
Nice.
So you take that, and
Does it require pressure as well, or will it?
it is PneumaticCraft, so yes, it requires pressure. I think.
I mean, it's UV light, so I would think
Yes, it
does require. Okay.
it does require pressure.
Does it need to be facing a different direction, perhaps?
Well, I think it needs. I certainly didn't put it on the way that it wanted.
Something's not happy.
Something's not happy. I'm gonna get some more pressure tube and actually rig it up. I think the pressure tube probably needs to come into the bottom or the top. There we go.
Ah. Okay, so we put this there. We're getting ample pressure, I would think. I'm gonna borrow these speed upgrades.
Okay.
And speed upgrades. Oh, nice. Look at that. It's doing stuff!
Yep. To make it so it's more likely to actually turn into a real PCB or a real circuit board.
No, I think it just turns into the next level of PCB, I think.
So I'm hovering over the PCB in the light box, and it says etch success chance, and it's going up by 1% at a time.
Yeah, because it still needs, an unassembled PCB, looks like it needs to be made in an assembly controller.
Yeah, we have some of that stuff from the city.
Yeah. Just kind of
And give this a bump of air
pressure. Yeah, we're halfway done now. I like having the speed upgrades, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How do you make those? Are they a difficult recipe? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a difficult recipe.
All right, 100% chance at etch success.
So, should I take it out?
Yeah.
Take it out.
So now we need...
I'm going to move the speed upgrades back again before I forget. Oh. They disappeared, but then they reappeared. It's magic! You know. Okay. So, did that finish that? Step 2?
I think it probably needs to be etched at this point, doesn't it?
Oh, nope, it accepted it. We can claim the reward.
Claimed.
Aha!
Awesome.
We have
now we're on to the etching point.
capacitors and transistors. This is a lot of steps.
We got to turn the etching acid bucket back in.
I think it took it, didn't it? Pretty sure it took it. So now you have an empty PCB. What do you do with it? Simple. You drop it in a hole and pour etching acid over it. It takes 5 minutes to process, though, so you're going to want to pick it up a few times, both to check on the process and to make sure it doesn't despawn. Alrighty. If you think the whole process is overly complex and tedious, there's an alternative that said your first few PCBs will need to be made by hand, so to speak. Oh, it's a 3-step process. But the unassembled PCB, we've already got 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last step, we just need a printed circuit board. Which says you will need transistors and capacitors for the step 3 of each. Recipes are in NEI. Then it is a simple matter of combining those with the unassembled PCB, and then you are done. Don't worry, there will be a better way to do this. That will be covered later. Okay, so I did get to keep the acid bucket.
Okay.
So I guess right over here, kind of in the corner out of the way, I'll dig a little hole.
Before you do that, so you know, with all the help that we got from Direwolf and Palmar,
All about this Wii. I haven't watched their series. I've been good.
I have not.
Liar. Maybe just a little bit.
Awesome. I'm awesome. That's what I am.
You're awesome.
So that whole thing about it takes 5 minutes to etch. Yeah, which is also the despawn time.
Right.
There's an easier way to handle it.
How's that?
You remember those item gates that I made?
Yeah.
Thinking that they were going to be useful for seeds?
Yeah.
We could use those in the Seeds Factory Manager controller to dump the circuit board in and out of the acid.
Oh, okay.
So, since I just happened to have made, like a whole bunch of extra stuff, I figured there's a controller, there's an item valve, there's an inventory cable, maybe make a chest here, and then we won't have to jump into the poisonous acid to be able to, make this.
Well, I was assuming you could just bucket it up again, too.
Didn't think of that one.
I just went ahead and dumped it because I don't know why. I wanted to see.
Did it make any progress?
4%.
Okay.
Are you setting it up?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, set it up.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what it looked like when I did it manually.
Okay. Let's not do it in the... I'm gonna use some of these factory blocks here if they're easy to take.
We should probably, since we got the pyrotheum out of them, we should probably just take it all down.
All right. So you want to take a look at the program? I think we're good here.
Yes. Take a look at the program.
I didn't make it all fancy named this time.
Okay.
If you look at the column on the left, we have if the trigger with the interval of 1 second is input from the wooden chest. You look at the input block. The inventory is the wooden chest. The item is empty PCB.
Got it. Okay.
And the output is the item valve with an empty blacklist.
Gotcha.
So anytime that there's an empty PCB in the box, it'll spit it out the item valve.
Okay.
Then the right column, the trigger is set on a 10-second interval. the inventory is the item valve. The input inventory is the item valve with an empty blacklist for the items. And the output is the chest. The output inventory is the chest. So every second it's going to look in the chest to find an empty PCB. It's going to spit it out here, and then every 10 seconds it's going to pull out whatever is in front of here and put it in the chest.
Gotcha.
So without the acid there, you see it spits the PCB out.
Sucks it back in.
Sucks it back in.
Okay. Eventually.
Yeah, it should be about
There it goes. Okay. So once it's done with the etching process, I'm going to put the acid there. Once it's done with the etching process, it won't spit it back out because it won't recognize it as an empty PCB anymore.
Right. That is the hope. Let me see if it's actually changing.
It was at 94% complete, so it shouldn't be long at all before it's done. In fact, it looks like it might have changed already. Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah, unassembled PCB. And so it's just sitting there in the chest, sitting there in the chest, sitting there in the chest. So this is automated.
Yay! That will be awesome.
Yeah, so we do need some sort of cool, clear something or other to put on top of the acid there.
Yeah.
Some sort of chiseled glass.
For sure. Like a cover. Until we do, though. Huh.
You're going to be all picky.
Just for now.
All right.
Just for now.
All right,
Make
so
it look pretty.
So we can make unassembled PCBs now. Does that get us...
We need to...
Oh, we have to add...
board.
Now we make the printed circuit board with the unassembled PCB and the...
Do you have the unassembled PCB?
No.
I don't have it. I actually thought I took it, but it's not in my inventory anywhere. Did I? Oh, I accidentally put it into my knapsack instead of my extra camel pack. We have it. We're good. It's fine. It's fine. No need to be concerned. So printed circuit board. Can't do a recipe from a quest book apparently. Printed. I'm yelling again. Circuit board. Wow, 3 transistors, 3 capacitors. Is it shapeless crafting? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So let's get the 3. Which explains why that was the reward in the last one.
Yeah, so that it end up we could make this.
Oh, I do have to lay them out though. It's shapeless, but I do have to lay them out individually apparently. I can't just...
Not one stack of 3, but 3 individuals.
I think it would be fine that way, but... There we go. Printed circuit board.
Woot.
Claim reward. Look at that.
And we get another one back.
Oh, nice. Now I have 2. And you should have 1. Fantastic. We can build stuffs now.
Yeah. So if we go back to the... Oh yeah, so we've got a couple of new quests in the PneumaticCraft line, but if we go back to basic survival, we can turn in the end of the beginning.
Oh, we can.
And I would say, do we want to get one of the slime plant seeds and 1 redstone? Or do we want to get another rubber tree seed?
Don't we have slime? Oh, no, there's a creeper. Yeah, definitely get one of the slime. I'll get the slime plant.
Okay.
And we have extra rubber tree saplings, so we should be okay.
So
if you want to get redstone instead.
Alright, I'll take the redstone.
Can we automate the making of the slime plant?
I believe so.
Off camera, since we did that last episode, we don't need to do it on camera again.
So that opens up...
Oh, we got iron ore dust, too.
Yeah. So we need to make a reactant dynamo and a grinder.
Oh, yes. Finally.
And we get conveyor belts, gunpowder, and mob essence out of it.
Build a dark place to trap those monsters that roam the night, feed them into a grinder, and pipe the results into the dynamo.
Yep. We're getting the good stuff.
Nice. This is starting to get fun. We can getting chilly too. Pretty soon, I would say, because it just requires a leadstone flux capacitor and a water bottle. We could probably do that next episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, that will take care of this one then.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks everyone for watching. I'm Riella, and over there's Justar.
Hello. Goodbye.
We'll talk to you later.